Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our star was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I have always embraced the importance of advancing your known knowledge and experience to position yourself for the next opportunity. Today, you've taken a huge steps to position yourself for infinitive possibilities. As Tom Brokaw once said, you are educated. Your certification is your degree. You may think of it as the ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world. Please join me in this time of silent reflection. Thank you.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2013 Spring Commencement. I'm Dr. Jim Smith, and it's my pleasure as president of Northern State University to welcome you all today to this great day and great festivity. I want to begin by thanking Dr. Timothy Woods for his beautiful performance of the national anthem. And I want to share a few pieces of information for you about our students who are here to be congratulated today and to be honored. Our students from around the globe join us, and you'll see evidence of that by several different things that will occur. First of all, you'll notice we have flags of the countries that are represented from around the globe where our students hail from originally. You'll see students with diversity statements on them and around them throughout the arena. You'll notice that our Polynesian graduates wear beautifully flowered neckwear to commemorate the importance of this event. Our students from Africa will wear kente cloths, and our Native American students will have an eagle feather or plume that adorns their cap as you see them come across the stage in just a few moments. Northern State University is a place of tremendous diversity, and we're extremely proud of that fact. To the students receiving their degrees today, let me say it is indeed a great pleasure for me to share this day with all of you. Commencement is both the beginning and the end. I congratulate you on your hard work and your perseverance that has brought you to this day. In many cases, it is the end of your undergraduate journey. In other cases, it is the end of your graduate journey. I wish you much joy and success as you begin your career aspirations and goals from this day forward. You have a lifetime of opportunity ahead of you. Use it wisely, use it to your benefit, and use it to the benefit of others. Commencement also gives us an opportunity to celebrate. I mentioned some of the things like our flags and our neckwear, but we have many commencement traditions that are part of the rites and rituals of what is the modern day university. It ties our modern university to universities of the past. For example, the regalia we wear, the gowns and the multicolored hoods, those that our faculty wear, and those that our students wear. We wear distinctive caps, or as some of our younger members of the audience call them, funny little hats. Many of us have symbols that represent what was the university of days before us, linking us to the great universities of medieval Europe. One of the most important symbols of the university is the mace. The mace at Northern State University is always carried by the senior faculty member, and Dr. Alan Jacobson carried the mace today, as he has done for all 4 of the years that I've been president here at Northern State University. The mace symbolizes the power and the authority of higher education. The mace was originally an instrument of war and was used by medieval knights. During the Middle Ages, monks used the mace because the Holy Order prohibited clergy from shedding blood by the edge of a sword. The military and religious associations of the academic mace tell us something about the role of the university in the 11th century, but also tells us something about the role of the university today. The mace is no longer a device for committing chaos and disorder on the battlefield. It has become the symbol of our struggle to defeat ignorance and prejudice and to advance knowledge. As I look out onto the audience today, I know that there's a unique story for each and every one of you. You have had fascinating journeys, and these journeys have led you to where you are today. I usually make comment at this point in commencement about the duration of the journey. Some of you are 4 years, some of you are 5 years, some of you are 6 years, some of you are 7 years. By now, Mom and Dad are starting to cry. We are very proud that you have made it to this point, regardless of the years. I am also proud to recognize the students who are graduating summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. These students are identified in the program and will be wearing special medallions. This morning at our honors breakfast, we recognize the students in each college and school with the highest GPA. Allow me now to tell you a story about 7 special students, all graduating today with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. The College of Arts and Sciences, our largest college or school, has 4 individuals graduating today with a GPA of 4.0. Here are a few of the comments from the Arts and Sciences faculty about these 4 students. Michaela Barando. What good things are there to say that don't apply to Michaela? She came to NSU from Frederick, South Dakota, and has worked hard as an honor student, as a basketball player, as a cross-country and track athlete. During her time at Northern, she made sure she got the most that she could out of her time here. She will graduate with a BA in English, with an emphasis in writing, and a BS-ED in teaching of English. She has completed coursework that will enable her to coach, and she has done some interesting internships, including working for the Sun newspapers in Minneapolis and completing her honors thesis during her senior year. In the process of all this, she received straight A's in 156 undergraduate credits. More than just working hard, though, Michaela works hard while showing generosity and spirit. She has a gift of paying attention, and that means she makes you feel as though she's focused on what she's learning as you're teaching. She makes people around her feel valued, and she will certainly be an outstanding teacher. She has just chosen to be a language arts teacher and coach at Ipswich High School. Congratulations, Michaela. Thank you. Our next student from the College of Arts and Sciences is Davina Holmes. Davina almost defies description. Her drive and her aptitude put her in a category that are all her own. Rarely have I experienced such dedication to detail and complete follow-through. Her writing is simply remarkable. Davina's literary analysis and analytical thinking ranks amongst the best I've ever had the pleasure to read. Correcting her papers was a joyful adventure, and I always anticipated reading them with great enthusiasm. I have to say, as a sidebar, I'm not sure that I've said that about many students in my career when I'm grading long essay exams. I am confident, says this writer, that she will make a significant contribution toward whatever endeavor she selects in her life. Congratulations, Davina. Allison Schmidt's drive to excel is reflected in her extraordinary work ethic. Time and time again, she turned in outstandingly executed assignments so far in advance of the deadline that she reminded me that I needed to create a Dropbox in the D2L account so that she could indeed turn them in. She succeeded in handling the challenges of looking after school, family, in a way that really is superb. Of course, I know her best as a German major, but I had occasion to benefit from Allison's knowledge of mathematics too, when my own son was struggling to appreciate math that he was learning in middle school. His teacher was unable to make the content seem relevant to him, so I asked Allison at one point how he could use a certain technique in his learning in class to make real life come alive. The next day, she returned with an extremely useful and helpful answer for my son. The ability to come up with explanations that bring the usefulness of what they are working on so hard to learn and see that light in students come alive is the mark of a great teacher. I am certain that Allison has a fabulous future in front of her as an educator. Congratulations, Allison. Carrie Shannon. In Carrie's first class with me 2 years ago, I quickly became appreciative of her easygoing nature and her desire to learn for learning's sake, and also to succeed and be that successful student. She brought strong analytical and interpretive skills to my course, as well as strong oral and written communications, all of which she has honed in her past 2 years. She's applied herself conscientiously to whatever task she has undertaken. She has learned and she has honored the traditions of literary analysis. As important, her studies have been unique because of the global perspective and great empathy for others she brings to them. She has a passion for world cultures and for helping others. She is pursued through service and study overseas. A traditional age student, Carrie has demonstrated the emotional maturity and the sense of responsibility of the non-traditional student. She interacts easily and with a range of groups. She excels in her relationships with administrators, her fellow teachers, and of course, the lucky students that are fortunate enough to have her someday as a classroom teacher. Carrie's highly organized, self-disciplined, and respectful of others. She will be an excellent colleague. She will be an excellent instructor. Teaching composition or literature to the highest of standards will be something that Carrie will do, and I know that she will instruct at a level that I would wish my children would have the opportunity to learn to and from. Congratulations to all of these 4 individuals with a perfect 4.0 grade point average in the College of Arts and Sciences. In the School of Business, Kelly Garreau graduated from Selby High School, majored in finance and economics, and also has the perfect 4.0 grade point average. Kelly was a supplemental instruction leader for statistics, microeconomics, and managerial economics. She also has been active as an undergraduate researcher, conducting studies of the economic impact of binge drinking among those 18 to 25 and what that impact has on the community. In her class, her fellow students report that she's often the leader of all group projects, and she sets the bar for excellence. She's close to her family and values them as she values her friendships with others. She knows how to balance the stress of school and wedding planning and relaxing and being with the ones she loves. Kelly is currently seeking employment in the Aberdeen area. Congratulations, Kelly. In the School of Education, Brittany Kranz will be graduating today with a baccalaureate degree majoring in elementary and special education, again with a 4.0 grade point average. Here's what the School of Education faculty say about Brittany. Getting through 2 majors simultaneously in less than 5 years is somewhat of a miracle, regardless of the field you choose. Getting through a double major of elementary and special education while maintaining the highest GPA in the School of Education is just almost impossible. And she does all this without breaking a sweat, or at least from what I was able to observe. She made it look doable, whether it was or was not. She always smiled, always completed her assignments and completed them quickly, always gave feedback in a positive way, both to me and to her other fellow students. She laughed at my lame jokes, and she eagerly attended to instruction and instructional assignments. She never appeared overwhelmed, even though I know she must have been at some point in this journey. She just made it all look easy. She is one of those students that's a little intimidating to us as professors. We always prepare a little more thoroughly when she's in our class because you know she's actually listening and you know she wants to be challenged. More importantly, we see the great potential in her, the great teacher she will become. We want to give her as many tools as we can to be prepared. We're extremely proud of Brittany, proud to call her one of ours. We know she will represent us well in the future, regardless of what she chooses to do or be. Congratulations, Brittany. In the School of Fine Arts, Megan Rose Case came to us from small town North Dakota. From the 2nd grade until graduation from high school, Megan went to the same building in her tiny hometown of Scranton, population 281. She graduated at the top of her class and then headed south to Aberdeen for her years here at Northern State University. Many exciting events have happened for Megan. During this time at NSU, her most treasured memory is the orchestra concert just a few months ago in February. At that concert, she performed as a vocal soloist with the orchestra and then as Flora from the final act from Verdi's La Traviata. It was an honor to have performed on the NSU stage with her instructors, Dr. Darcy Boltaba and Mr. Michael Skiles. She was part of a wonderful performance on a stage in one night that she couldn't believe her college career was actually coming to an end. As for her future plans, Megan will be marrying the love of her life on June 22nd, and they'll be moving to Boulder, Colorado. In the fall, she will be attending the University of Colorado at Boulder's School of Music, pursuing a master's degree in vocal performance on a full tuition scholarship and with a teaching assistantship as well. Congratulations, Megan. I, along with my colleagues seated here on the stage and those seated to my right and to my left, we all know today is your day. You as students have persevered, you have sacrificed, you have dedicated yourself to one specific goal, earning that college degree. You've challenged yourself and you've met the challenges head on. To quote the late historian, author, and playwright Howard Zinn, we don't have to engage in a grand, heroic action to participate in the process of change. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. You, as graduates of Northern State University, will go forward. And I hope you'll think of what Howard Zinn said as you think about the change that you'll make in this world. You are the future. You hold that power of change. And with you, and with that change, our world will be better. So I extend my congratulations to each of you and to the administrators, faculty, and staff who have supported you. I know they share my pride in your accomplishments, and we are grateful for the opportunity to have been part of your success formula that brings you to this point, and that you allow us to share that moment with you. In a few minutes, I will have the great privilege as president of the university to award each of you the degree that you have earned. You will walk across the stage and be recognized. It is a custom that is vanishing on many university campuses, and I'm extremely pleased to say that we as an NSU community continue to recognize each and every one of you for the degree that you have earned and for the work that you've put forward to be at this place with this tremendous accomplishment. Before we honor our graduates with receipt of these degrees, let me take a moment to recognize the individuals who have contributed so much to your education. Parents, spouses, and family members, please stand. Thank you. On behalf of Northern State University, we thank you for your faithful, unending love and support. I know the role that you have played in making this day possible. Graduates, I know you join me in the thanks for what these folks have done for you. Let's do one more round of applause, please. I also want to take a moment and recognize the individuals who are seated with us on the platform party here today. I ask that these individuals stand as I call their names and that they remain standing until all are introduced. Please hold your applause until I've read the entire listing. Our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tom Hawley. Our Vice President for Finance and Administration, Ms. Veronica Paulson. Our Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Calvin Phillips. Chief Information Officer, Ms. Debbie Bumpus. President and CEO of our NSU Foundation, Mr. Todd Jordry. Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Tino Mendez. Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Bill Brochek. Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Connie Geyer. Dean of the School of Fine Arts, Dr. Al Lefebvre. Interim Director of Graduate Studies, Dr. Sharon Peranto. Our Director of Athletics, Mr. Josh Moon. Our Director of Online and Continuing Education, Mr. Ronald Browning. Director of our library, Mr. Robert Russell, Director of the University College, Mr. Steve Rasmussen, Special Assistant to the President, Dr. Don Meyer, and Faculty Senate President, Dr. Timothy Woods. Please join me in thanking this group as well. Thank you. To all the faculty who are with us today, we salute you. You represent a body of outstanding professionals who give so much to our campus as teachers, mentors, and friends. Please stand and allow all of us to recognize you. We now come to a point in the program where we recognize our emeritus faculty. These are faculty who, upon retirement, have been bestowed the honor of being called Associate Professor or Professor Emeritus. I would like to ask that Hiller Newman, Dr. Hiller Newman, and Dr. Kathy Courtney please come forward. Unlike my script, the emeritus documents are in very small font, so I am cheating with my glasses here. Whereas Dr. Hiller Newman has served Northern State University School of Business since 1983 as Professor of Economics and served and chaired on a number of Northern State University promotion and tenure committees, including chairing from 2001 to 2011. Whereas Dr. Hiller Newman has conducted numerous statistical and economic studies through various departments of the state of South Dakota, the city of Aberdeen, and Northern State University. Whereas Dr. Hiller Newman has published more than 20 articles in peer-reviewed publications and top-tier business journals in a prestigious number and presented a prestigious number of papers at numerous conferences. Whereas Dr. Hiller Newman has been a member of the graduate faculty for over 20 years. Whereas Dr. Newman has received a Bush Grant funding to attend a number of conferences centered on the enhancement of teaching methods and a governor's grant in technology to pioneer the development of online learning. Therefore, be it resolved that Dr. Hiller Newman be named Professor Emeritus in the School of Business, Northern State University, effective this 3rd day of May, 2013. Thank you. Whereas Dr. Kathy Courtney has served higher education in South Dakota for 37 years, and 26 of those have been at Northern State University. Whereas Dr. Kathy Courtney has served Northern State as director of the First Academic Advisement Center, as an assistant athletic trainer, president of the Faculty Senate twice, faculty athletic representative, member of the Academic Affairs Council, and president of the Council of Higher Education. Whereas Dr. Kathy Courtney has served the School of Education as an Associate Professor of Health Education, Coordinator of Department of Health and Physical Education, and Coordinator of Assessment and Accreditation. Whereas Dr. Kathy Courtney has supervised numerous student teachers, ensuring that NSU's teacher education graduates are highly qualified to assume their teaching responsibilities. Whereas Dr. Kathy Courtney served as statewide Healthy Children, Healthy Futures Task Force and the State Advisory Team for Comprehensive School Health. And whereas Kathy Courtney has served as a strong supporter of NSU athletics and a longtime member of the NSU Wolves Club, therefore be it resolved that Dr. Kathy Courtney be named Associate Professor Emeritus of the School of Education at Northern State University. At this time, I'd like to ask our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tom Hawley, to come forward for recognition of our outstanding faculty member.
In keeping with our tradition, we announced the Outstanding Faculty Member Award at spring commencement. The award, sponsored by the NSU Foundation, recognizes faculty excellence and commitment to teaching, research, and service. As in previous years, several very deserving faculty were nominated, and selecting just one is always a very difficult decision. The recipient of this year's award has been a member of the NSU faculty for 6 years. Students' nominations, and I'll quote them, "This individual has high expectations, but teaches in a manner that allows students to meet those expectations. Classes are very informative, and individually extremely good at making lectures interesting, relevant to personal experiences that make material easier to relate to reality. Students are prepared well for the future and offered plenty of encouragement." Another student, quote, stated, "I feel prepared to enter the workforce and continue my education thanks to the attention, assistance, and guidance that this individual has supplied me and others." Another student commented, "This individual always puts the needs of the students first, and you will do anything to help them succeed. As a student, it is extremely important to feel comfortable around one's professor, and this person has worked extremely hard to make the students always feel they can come with questions and problems." Another student commented and said, "Although the classes are very difficult and students have to work extremely hard, this only makes us better in the future." This individual's colleagues wrote, "This individual sees what needs to be done, and instead of complaining about why it has to be done, does it with enthusiasm and a level of commitment that is infectious." Another faculty member commented and said, "I have been a faculty member for 25 years, and I can say that I have not known anyone personally that has done as much to further the offerings, the credibility, and the vision of the department as this individual. This individual is known for the clarity of lectures, for making the material easily accessible to all, for thorough knowledge of the discipline, and for high expectations. Has a contagious enthusiasm and a love for teaching, cares and wants students to learn, and shows a sincere interest in seeing them succeed." On student opinion surveys, students quoted, "Genuinely interested in the quality of education provided to students. Knowledge of the subject matter, organization, presentation of the material is impressive. Excellent professor who has high standards and holds students to high expectations. Teaches well, knows subject matter, is always organized and structured in class. This way, the individual taught it to me to help me understand it without me realizing I was learning it. Your upbeat personality made this class interesting, and I enjoyed coming. One of the best teachers I've ever had at NSU." Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Award from the College of Arts and Science, Dr. Alyssa Kiesel.
Just want to say thanks to all the faculty, staff, students, parents, children, and then also the wonderful administration we have here. Without them, we couldn't do what we wanted to do. Thanks.
It's always an honor to introduce the commencement speaker. And it's a pleasure every year for me to have the opportunity to tell you a little bit about the speaker, because they always bring a unique perspective to this day. And I think a unique message for the students who are graduating and going on to do great things. It's an absolute honor for me today to introduce someone who's been to Aberdeen many times. And some of you have had the opportunity to meet the speaker, and some of you have not, but I hope you will have the opportunity before the day concludes. He's been to campus many times, and I think he probably knows this building better than I do. As many of you know, Buster Olney was and is the author of a book that describes the life of Coach Meyer, How Lucky You Can Be. So as I was preparing the introduction, I thought, well, you've read newspaper pieces about Buster, and if you've read the book, you know a little bit about how he writes, and those of you who watch baseball on Sunday night know that kind of how he thinks about certain things. So what would I tell you about him? So I was trying to think a few points that you might not know about Buster. First of all, Buster is not his God-given name, it's his nickname. And he was given the nickname Buster because his great-grandfather was known to call his grandchildren and great-grandchildren by nicknames, and Buster became Buster's nickname. He was raised on a dairy farm in Vermont where chores including baling hay and milking cows. Buster's a graduate of Vanderbilt University with a BA in history. He's a member of the Vanderbilt Media Hall of Fame. And after graduation, he began covering baseball in 1989. Actually, he covered baseball before he graduated, I think, and was doing some writing simultaneously. It was in 1989 that he got to know Coach Meyer, as Coach Meyer was the basketball coach at Lipscomb College in Nashville. When he finishes today, Buster will travel from here to San Francisco to prepare for tomorrow evening's production of ESPN Baseball Tonight. He is a voting member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and has twice been nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. He also ranks in the top 10 for Associated Press game stories. A couple of years ago, Buster brought his family to Aberdeen to experience the Brown County Fair, and I'm pleased to report that he's survived consumption of at least one, if not more, Tubby Burgers. He plans to come back again this summer with his sister, who is a vegetarian. I'm not sure how that's going to go with the Tubby Burger, but we will wait and see. He has spent a great deal of time, as I said, in this building and understanding our campus and our campus community, and working with Coach Meyer hand in hand. I want to take the opportunity now, before I have him come to the podium, to thank Buster for putting Northern State University on the national stage, and thank him for welcoming all of you into his commencement speech world that will begin right now. Mr. Buster Olney.
Thank you. My thanks to Dr. Smith, to Brenda Dreyer, and to Coach Meyer. Mostly to you for having me here. I am deeply honored for even being asked, knowing how much Northern State means to its students and to the community here in Aberdeen. Because of all the time I spent here, this feels like my adopted home. Our 13-year-old daughter, Sydney, who has been here twice with me, has told me she's going to live in one of three places when she finishes college. One could be our house in New York, because she intends to kick me out. Two could be in Oxford, England, or three could be in Aberdeen, South Dakota. This is actually the first college graduation that I have attended. As Dr. Smith mentioned, I grew up on a dairy farm in Vermont. My family had no money. I was in and out of Vanderbilt according to how much cash I could raise. And it was really only through the help of the generosity of a lot of people that I was able to finish my degree after 6 years. So I was working at my newspaper job the morning of my graduation, and I regretted not taking the time to enjoy what is such a big day and attending my graduation. This is a really big deal, and I'm so glad that you're all here with your family and friends. Yesterday, while Coach Meyer and I were doing different events, I got a chance to meet people from all over the country who came in to honor you. I asked about a half dozen friends and colleagues for advice before coming here, and all of them said the same thing. You ought to let the graduates know that you're not going to give them a day-long speech. I know you're going to start, I know you're ready to start living the rest of your lives today, so I won't take up too much of your time. I do want to cover some basic sports questions I get every time I come here. Number one, yes, I'm a Vikings fan, and I have scars from those 4 Super Bowl losses still. 2, the Twins' start this season is much better than I expected, absolutely. 3, I think that before the Twins return to glory, what they really need, Coach Meyer, what do they really need? They need power pitching. My first trip to Aberdeen was in November of 2008, and the first place I stopped was here at the Barnett Center. Coach Meyer was working in his small office right over there. About 2 months after his car accident. This was a time of great pain and struggle for him in the aftermath of his amputation. This was when little buddy, his severed leg, had not quite gained the celebrity later acquired, and long before the arrival of his prosthetic leg. Maneuvering the 75 feet from his office to a car outside the Barnett Center was still a major operation because he had to load up to get everything prepared with his wheelchair, with his daily planner, all of his pens, his books, and then go through the front doors. He'd roll the wheelchair up to the side of the car, and using his right leg to stand on, he'd slowly climb out of his chair and into the car seat. When he settled into the car, the wheelchair would be broken down and placed into the trunk. In that first hour I was at Coach Meyer's office, I bet 20 people stopped by the office, poking their heads in, asking Coach Meyer how he was feeling, and naturally he changed the subject. What they were really doing was asking him if there was anything that they could do for him. One set of Coach Meyer's instructions to his basketball team were, see the need, fill the need. The words are probably more related to playing help defense, but as with much of what Coach Meyer says, the rules apply to life outside of sports, and we all learned a lesson about that from the folks here. When Coach Meyer had come back to practice that fall, Randy Baruth, the assistant coach who was such a rock for Coach Meyer and Carmen and the players that fall, despite being shoved by destiny into circumstances for which there was no training, Randy knew that Coach Meyer would want to be involved in the middle of instruction right away, and at the same time he was very worried that a bouncing basketball or a tumbling player would suddenly crash against the exposed nerves in Coach Meyer's injured leg. So Randy assigned one of the team's manager, Ryan Hilgeman, who is here today. I saw him sit down over here. He's getting his Master's of Science with very specific instructions. You cannot let a ball hit Coach Meyer, you cannot let a player hit Coach Meyer, but you can also not let him know that this is what you're trying to do. Because there's no way that Coach Meyer, after 40 years of coaching basketball, would feel good knowing someone was specifically assigned to protect him from a basketball. For Ryan, this posed quite a challenge. He had to stay close enough to be in position to throw his body in front of any basketball, like a Secret Serviceman taking a bullet for the President of the United States. On the other hand, he had to stay far enough away for the sake of Coach Meyer's dignity. The problem, of course, was that Coach Meyer liked to park his wheelchair directly underneath the basket, where the basketballs and the bodies flew all over the place. And when Ryan hovered, prepared to intercept, that's when Coach Meyer would turn and Ryan would be standing right in the way. Get out of the road, he would bark at him. Ryan told me he never knew if Coach Meyer realized what his assignment was, but he never said a word to him. Coach Meyer was not someone who, and continues to be not someone who seeks out a lot of help for himself, but I think that Coach Meyer has learned a lot about giving help from people at Northern State and Aberdeen. When he was in the hospital at Sioux Falls for weeks, with Carmen staying with him, some of the teams from here at Northern arranged cleanup details at the Myers home. Some folks did a makeover of the hotel room in which Carmen was staying for weeks to make it feel a little bit more homey. Greg Weaker and his kids went over and mowed the Myers lawn. Somebody donated a hydraulic lift to be used at their house so that when he got home in his wheelchair, that walk from the garage to the kitchen, which had been done before in 2 steps but was now a major process, was manageable for him. Everybody brought over meals, salads and dinners and desserts. When Coach Meyer took me to his house when I first arrived here, he showed me how stuffed their freezer was, and with a chuckle, he offered me a selection of cakes: angel food cakes, bundt cakes, chocolate covered cakes, cakes with vanilla frosting, ice cream cakes. Nobody asked for that. The people of Northern State and Aberdeen and the towns around here just did it because they saw the need. Although I can tell you, Coach Meyer didn't need any more cake when I first saw him. People prayed for him. Nobody had to ask. They just did it because that's what you do. Coach Meyer told me about a prayer group that had come to the hospital at Sioux Falls, Carmen's prayer group, and when they started praying, he peeked open an eye and he looked around at all these very serious and very determined women praying with the intensity of Olympic marathoners, and he thought to himself, the devil is in big trouble today. With the help of so many people in this room like Jackie Whitlock, Coach Meyer got better and was celebrated. In response to Coach Meyer's achievement in retirement, Jim Keeler and others worked behind the scenes to fund the Barnett Center, the weight room, more office space, a better Barnett Center. I got to tag along with Coach Meyer to the ESPYs, and for those of you who aren't sports fans, this is a Los Angeles-based award show attended by a lot of the greatest athletes in the world, with actors and bling and the whole Hollywood thing. They had given Coach Meyer a front row seat, and as all these folks walked by in custom tuxedos, and I'm guessing probably cost $10,000 and up, and diamond-studded dresses, he looked over at me, absolutely astounded. And keep in mind, this is someone who has 2 suits, the one he's wearing now, and there's one in the closet he hasn't worn in 35 years. And he said, "Can you imagine how much money is spent on clothes here? Oh my gosh." And I thought at that moment, you can take Coach Meyer out of Aberdeen, but you can't take Aberdeen out of Coach Meyer. When the book on Coach Meyer was released, it was amazing to see how many people came out for his signings. One day at the mall here, he signed for 8 hours. We went to Fargo, and a young man who must have been 21 or 22 years old at the time came up on crutches, missing one of his legs. He had lost it in a combine accident only 2 weeks before. Coach Meyer got up from the table where we were sitting and started to talk to him in the way he might have talked with one of his basketball players about a shooting technique. Okay, this is what you're going to need to do. This is what you need to think about. This is the type of balm that might help you deal with his pain. And they talked for half an hour that way. It was through Coach Meyer that I got to meet basketball coaching legend John Wooden the year before he passed away at age 99. For those who aren't big sports fans, Wooden is regarded as one of the great teachers in sport, and his teams at UCLA won 10 championships in a span of 12 seasons. And at one point, they won 88 consecutive games. With his wisdom, he's viewed as something like the Abraham Lincoln of coaches. And actually, in his apartment that we saw in California, he had an entire bookshelf of Abraham Lincoln books. It occurred to me as I watched these two talk that the reason why they got along so well was not necessarily because of their connection with basketball, but because they had both grown up on farms. Coach Meyer in Nebraska, Coach Wooden in Indiana, and when the values and ethics fostered by small communities like Aberdeen, like Northern State. John Wooden handed out cards that had quoted advice from Wooden's father, words that could apply to us all. Don't whine, don't complain, don't make excuses. When Wooden graduated in school, his father gave him a $2 bill and a card, and on one side his father had written counsel, which he titled 7 Things to Do. Number 1, be true to yourself. Number 2, help others. Number 3, make each day your masterpiece. Number 4, drink deeply from good books, especially the Bible. Number 5, make friendship a fine art. Number 6, build a shelter against a rainy day. And number 7, pray for guidance and count and give thanks for your blessings every day. When Coach Meyer asked me if I'd come here, I had a question for him. What could I talk about that would be worthwhile to you seniors on such an important day for you? Because after all, I'm just a knucklehead sports writer who didn't even go to his own graduation. What I want to speak about to you is you. You will all leave here with degrees and with forthcoming internships and jobs on the horizon, but you also leave here with something else much more important. You have shown you have the trait to help others, to make someone feel really loved. You already are living by those words that John Wooden's father gave to him. Bryce Anglin was your classmate, and he would have been here today if he'd not lost his fight with cancer 375 days ago. He grew up 80 yards from here on South State Street and came to the Barnett Center from the time he was a child, playing basketball here with college kids, carrying a bucket of baseballs to hit with his dad. As he decided what college to go to, he went through the same process the rest of you did before you enrolled here, visiting schools in Minnesota and the Dakotas, but he'd say to his dad that he wasn't sure why he was going to look at the other places because he knew he wanted to be here. Taylor Morshing was a childhood friend of Bryce. They had a class together for the first time when they were in the 5th grade, and he encouraged him to look at other colleges just to keep all of his options open. But Bryce wanted to be here. For him, this was home. His father, Greg, says he was living a dream going to Northern with friends way more than we would ever know. This is where he could keep playing baseball, where he could keep going to Northern State basketball games. When he and Taylor were sophomores, they noticed that there weren't people sitting on the couch in the baseline, and so they saw the need and they filled it, with Bryce always standing the second one over from the basket in different get-ups that the group chose from game to game. Some of you probably know how Bryce rooted for the Packers and how superstitious he was. Sometimes growing up, he'd pull on up to 6 Green Bay jerseys at the start of a game. And if something was going wrong, well, he'd take the top jersey off to change the luck for the Packers, starting out with Aaron Rodgers' number 12 or Brett Favre's number 4, and then peeling down, sometimes working his way down to Amon's green jerseys. Amon Green was sort of the last resort. Bryce was someone who got along easily with other people, a social butterfly, one of his coaches called him, a marketing major, and he had talked to family and friends about pursuing this with some angle in advertising. He could have stayed at home, but he really loved living on campus, although he would pop back home when he was short on clean laundry or food, his mom said. Although he had never been on a plane, he had talked about possibly going to graduate school at Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, or to Northern Colorado, which happens to be the place where Coach Meyer went to school. Bryce had sent emails out and had gotten some information on the University of Tampa. Greg thought his son wanted to live in the upper Midwest someplace, and he wanted to have a family, maybe sons or daughters, who would have watched the Packers with him. Bryce had that very dry sense of humor, and he liked to make his friends laugh. He was always kidding around. It was in the weeks before he was diagnosed that Bryce asked one of his close friends, Jennifer Kilber, what she would do if he died. She said, "Oh, shut up, we're going to graduate together." Bryce persisted and asked in the way that close friends can, "No, seriously, what would you do?" "Well," she started, "we're going to go on and live our lives." And then she said, "I would cry, I'd be at the funeral, and then we'd have the biggest party for you." It wasn't long after that Bryce's illness was discovered, and just before he and his family loaded the car to go to Sioux Falls for his treatment, Bryce and his dad took a few moments to play catch, as they always had, out on the lawn, right within sight of where we are today. The first email from Sioux Falls that Bryce had grown very sick was sent out at 4 p.m., his father recalled, and that's when you all started to show up in Sioux Falls. The first wave, his father estimated, was about 70 students, a small army of students invading the waiting room and taking it over as you showed Bryce how much you cared for him. Jeanette Anglin, his mom, said of you, "They were amazing. I'd look in the waiting rooms and there were 25, 30 kids sleeping in chairs, staying overnight. Some of them we had never met before, but I know they missed classes. Some of them missed baseball games. They came for him, the type of kid he was. There were times when I kind of felt guilty because they were taking over the whole floor. Some of his professors went to see him in grade school and high school teachers. There was always someone from Northern there to hold his hand, to hang out in the room, and if you guys couldn't sit in the room with him, well, you would just wait in the waiting room and that space carved out for you for your turn to show him how much you loved him and how much he was appreciated. Nobody asked, but you just did it. Because here in Aberdeen and at Northern, that's what you do when someone needs you. You see the need, you feel the need. There came a time when Bryce wasn't able to talk, but some of you were in the room when he gestured toward his father with a hand as if to say, back up, back up. And then Greg and Bryce Anglin played an imaginary game of catch. Jennifer Kilber wasn't sure how many people would be in the Barnett Center when the service for Bryce was held, but on that day she looked around and everything she had told Bryce had turned out to be exactly true. There was a big party for him, 1,500 strong right here. For the Anglins, for Greg and Jeanette, for their family, this was so meaningful. The response said so much about all of you. I asked Jennifer Kilber and Taylor Morshing how Bryce would have celebrated today. Taylor said he would have gotten up in the morning to go to the honors breakfast, something that he had earned. Bryce probably would have had a lot of fun here today, although he didn't like being the center of attention, his dad said, and might have been a little embarrassed by having his name mentioned. After getting his diploma, he would have gone to the baseball game, and then he would have gotten together with friends to celebrate tonight. He probably would have had some pizza, maybe some Mountain Dew with something else mixed in, because he didn't like beer, and Jennifer Kilber good-naturedly would tease him about that. Maybe there would have been a run to Taco Bell, something that he really loved. And there would have been hugs on such a great day like today, because I'm told that Bryce was a hugger. Now, I don't know how well each of you fared academically, and believe me, I wouldn't judge in any event, because I can promise you that my own college transcript was less than stellar. But as a group, you could not have fared better in this test of humanity. Some of what you learned here will be forgotten. Okay, in my case, almost everything is forgotten from college. But I hope that no matter what you decide to do, whether it's here in the Dakotas or in Texas or Colorado or overseas, whether it's in farming or marketing or in oil, that you hang on to that, because that is the best part of you, the best part of Aberdeen, and the best part of Northern State. We who are here to celebrate you wish the graduates of Northern State University the very best. Thank you.
I will tell a Buster-only story before we go forward. I asked Buster yesterday at the press conference why he chose not to wear regalia, and he immediately pointed out that these people earned their regalia, and if you looked at his transcript, he wouldn't think that he would quite qualify in that earned category. So, Buster, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your research. If you heard Coach Meyer and Buster do their interview yesterday, their press conference, Don said the most impressive thing about Buster is he always does his homework, which I think we could all see by the story that he put together today to share with all of us. It is with great pride that I tell you also that our honorary degree committee is working along with the Board of Regents to be able in December to offer Bryce Anglin an honorary bachelor's degree that we would love to have had him see him earn here today. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jack Warner, who will bring greetings to the graduates and, most importantly, the authorization to confer degrees. Dr. Warner is the Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the South Dakota Board of Regents. Dr. Warner has held many positions in higher education. He has been Commissioner of the Rhode Island Board of Governors for Higher Education. He has worked in public oversight. He spent 32 years in Massachusetts in public higher education, where he served many of those years as Associate Chancellor at the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. Before that, he was Vice Chancellor of the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education, the State Coordinating Board for 15 community colleges, 9 state colleges, and 5 campuses of the University of Massachusetts system. Dr. Warner spent 17 years as Dean of Students at Bristol Community College in Fall River, Massachusetts. He is a past president of the National Association of Student Personnel Administrators, NASPA, which is the largest student personnel organization in the world, and he is a former member of the New England Student Affairs think tank. He taught for 18 years at Boston College, and you might notice that he wears the colors of Boston College on his robe. He is a Doctor of Education from Boston College, a Master's in Student Affairs from Springfield College in Massachusetts, and he and Buster have a Vermont connection. Jack has a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from the University of Vermont. It is my great pleasure and honor to have Dr. Jack Warner come to the podium.
Well, thank you, President Smith. It's my honor and pleasure to be here. I found it very appropriate and significant that you would quote student evaluations when citing the award for your outstanding faculty member. So I thought I'd share with you what one student said about me, having taken my course some years ago. This student said, "If I had 20 minutes to live, I would like to spend those minutes in Dr. Warner's class." Pretty good. Because every minute with him is like an hour. So I will promise you the same promise that Henry VIII made to each of his wives. I won't keep you long, but it's going to seem like a long time. This is a very special day for you, and you ought to be congratulated. Earning your degree today, whether undergraduate or graduate, will produce great advantages for you and create the conditions for you to do very well. The research is very clear on this. We know that college graduates will earn higher wages, and that earnings premium has been growing since 1973. You'll enjoy better health. You'll be less likely to lose your jobs. You'll educate your own children to higher levels. You'll show higher levels of civil engagement, and you'll rank higher on numerous quality of life indicators. You'll earn nearly double what high school graduates will earn over the course of your working lives. And if you're earning advanced degrees today, you'll earn anywhere from 2.5 to 4 times what high school graduates will make. And we all benefit from living in places where high percentages of college graduates live. Those areas experience lower crime rates. They attract and retain more information-age business and industry. They have lower unemployment rates, lower health costs, improved voter participation and civic engagement, and better education for children. You have chosen a very high-quality public university. It was a wise choice. You can expect to know your subject matter well and to have developed skills in literacy and communication, critical thinking, problem solving, and scientific reasoning due to the good work of a highly competent and dedicated faculty and professional staff. These skills will all be necessary for you to build upon to do well in the modern world of work, and we expect you all to do well. But I would also ask, will you do good? It's easy enough to do well, but will you find a way to give back to your communities and to others? I'll ask you a simple question. This pursuit has not been easy. It's supposed to be difficult. Otherwise, we wouldn't be celebrating such an achievement here today. There was probably one person when things got really tough that you could count on to motivate you and spur you on toward the earning of your degree today. I'd like you to whisper to yourself the name of the person who helped you most in that regard. Now I'd like to fast forward 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, and the question I would ask of you is who's going to whisper your name? So, 2013 Northern graduates, do well and do good. Thank you. And now this is the official part and the fun part. By the authority vested in the South Dakota Board of Regents, by the people of South Dakota, and I as Executive Director of that board, and in its name, authorize President Smith to award the appropriate degrees earned by the graduates of Northern State University today. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Warner. Now for the big moment. Candidates for all degrees will be presented by the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tom Hawley. Recipients for all degrees will be announced by Mrs. Peggy Hallstrom, our registrar. Prior to undergraduate students receiving their diploma covers, we will hood our master's degree candidates. Assisting with the hooding ceremony will be Dr. Sharon Peranto and the committee chair for each of the committees, along with the student. Dr. Hawley?
Yes, sir. Candidates for master's degrees, please rise.
President Smith, on behalf of the graduate faculty, I proudly present the candidates for the degree Master of Science and Master of Science in Education. Would the chairs of the graduate committees and candidates please come forward? A committee chair guides each graduate candidate through the program of study, acting as both a mentor and a colleague.
Brian Hilgeman, hooded by Dr. Mark Zeidel. Kendra J. Titsey, hooded by Dr. Jeffrey J. Megan C. Betts, hooded by Dr. Kathy Courtney. Celeste Munga, hooded by Dr. Gail Bortnam. Callie Jo Schilling.
Congratulations, Celeste.
Lacey Heddick, hooded by Dr. Jessica Daw. Bobby Christina Kilber, hooded by Dr. Craig Kono. Holly Ann Schumacher.
Congratulations.
DJ Munga, hooded by Dr. Alan Neville.
Thank you, Craig.
Chong Yu.
Good to see you. Congratulations.
Ashley A. Broderick, hooded by Dr. Suzanne Whitehead.
Thank you.
Christina Blair Lloyd.
Congratulations.
Stephanie Mock.
Congratulations.
Jamie D. O'Neill. Amy L. Walker. Chris A. Barton, hooded by Dr. Diana Knox. Megan L. Brink. Tommy L. Brown. Angel M. Fyock. Jennifer Marie Lucero. Ashley Seedorf.
Candidates for baccalaureate and associate degrees from the College of Arts and Science will please rise. President Smith, may I introduce the Dean of the College of Arts and Science, Dr. Tino Mendez.
President Smith, the College of Arts and Sciences, the largest academic unit at Northern State University, is proud to recommend these candidates for degrees in the physical sciences and mathematics, the languages, literature and communication studies, and the social and behavioral sciences. Having completed their degree requirements, they stand ready to assume positions of leadership in our society, our state, and our nation. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences, I proudly present our May 2013 candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Honoribus, the Bachelor of Science in Honoribus, the Bachelor of Science in Education in Honoribus, the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of General Studies, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor in Science Education, and the Associate of Arts degrees.
Please be seated. The candidates for baccalaureate and associate degree from the School of Business will please rise. President Smith, may I introduce the Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Bill Brochek.
President Smith, these candidates in the School of Business, having completed the requirements for the degrees we are about to confer, stand ready to enter the halls of commerce and industry in accounting, banking and financial services, business administration, economics, finance, information systems, international business, management, marketing, and professional accountancy. I am proud to announce that prior to commencement, the School of Business graduates have sworn the oath of ethical business stewardship, an ethical code of conduct that will guide them throughout their careers. That's why they're wearing the red roses. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Business, I proudly present our May 2013 candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Honoribus, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Associate of Science degree.
Please be seated. The candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Education, please rise. President Smith, may I introduce the Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Connie Geyer.
President Smith, these candidates in the School of Education, having completed the requirements for the degrees we are about to confer, stand ready to become accomplished members of their professions. The School of Education has been preparing highly qualified teachers for more than 100 years. In addition, the School of Education offers preparation programs in human performance and fitness, sport marketing and administration, and psychology. I proudly present our May 2013 candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Honoribus, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Education degrees.
Please be seated. The candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Fine Arts will please rise. President Smith, may I introduce the Dean of the School of Fine Arts, Dr. Alan LaFay.
President Smith, these candidates in the School of Fine Arts, having completed the requirements for the degrees we are about to confer, stand ready to enter the professional world as artists, graphic designers, actors, directors, performing musicians, and educators. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Fine Arts, I proudly present our May 2013 candidates for the Bachelor of Music Education and Honoribus, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Music Education degrees.
Please be seated. Now we'll prepare for what I call the Grand Undergraduate March. However, before we do the march across the stage, I need all graduates to please rise. Graduate students as well. As Dr. Warner said earlier, these are the important words. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the great state of South Dakota and the South Dakota Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and respective deans, I confer upon each of you, upon certification and completion of your studies, the appropriate degree: Master of Science, Master of Science in Education, Bachelor of Arts in Honoribus, Bachelor of Science in Honoribus, Bachelor of Science in Honoribus, Bachelor of Music Education in Honoribus, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of General Studies, Bachelor of Science in Education, Bachelor of Music, Associate of Arts, or Associate of Science, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Provost Holly?
Would all undergraduate degree recipients please proceed to the stage? Graduate students, you may be seated.
From the College of Arts and Sciences, Michaela M. Barando, summa cum laude. Haley Zur, magna cum laude. Joseph M. Adam, magna cum laude. Zachary R. Anderson. Holly L. Barkley. Nikki L. Bauman. Paul L. Belford, Jr. Jeremy A. Beulah. Kamari J. Bloomhart. Trent W. Ayler. Jared T. Embry. Jesse H. Gonzalez. Margaret J. Gould. Gabriel J. Guthrie. Brianna A. Hamill, cum laude. Kelly Marie Hart, cum laude. Brandon P. Heim. Greg Henderson.
Congratulations.
Trenny J. Henderson. Ashley K. Hogue.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Catherine Keck, magna cum laude. Anne Kathleen Kusler, cum laude.
Congratulations again. Let's look over towards the camera guy. There we go. Thank you.
Ambria N. Loban.
Is it your birthday?
Mandela N. Matasu.
Congratulations.
Jennifer Millette. Marissa E. Mickelson. Kevin W. Nilsson. Robert Neeson.
Congratulations.
Nicole Rausch. Peter S. Ryman, cum laude. Jason M. Schumacher. Alyssa D. Seaton, cum laude. Danielle L. Swanskowski.
Congratulations.
Austin J. Souther.
Congratulations.
Fessy Vasigano.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Emelina Tuacalau. Jordan T. Wald.
Congratulations.
Matthew C. Williams. Kendra J. Bornhoft. Cynthia A. Konieczny. Brittany A. Olfert. Brittany K. Heighton, cum laude.
Congratulations again. Good luck.
Congratulations.
Jeffrey Furman.
Good luck. Take pictures right here. All right.
I'm going to miss you on the court.
Renee Christine Giddings.
Good luck.
Heather Jo Halsey, cum laude. Sarah Estelle Hintz, magna cum laude. Elena A. King. Amy N. Miles. Amber R. Olson.
Good luck.
Charlotte Sinju.
Good luck.
Thomas W. Thurkelson, cum laude. Mason J. Thorstad. Ashley R. Vincent. Jessica M. Williams.
Congratulations.
Davina R. Holmes, summa cum laude.
Congratulations.
Carrie Sylvia Ruth Shannon, summa cum laude.
Congratulations, great work.
Congratulations.
Caitlin Marie Fries, summa cum laude.
There we go. Congratulations.
Sarah M. Honerman. Michelle Lee Moding. Tyler James Munson. Chris Ulrich.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Chastity L. Bowling.
Good luck.
James Allen Knapp.
Right around here, he's going to take a photo of us. There we go.
Carrie L. Reams.
Here we go.
From the School of Business, Aaron Michael Coffey. Jennifer L. Kilber, cum laude.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Joseph A. Klipfel, summa cum laude. Lance A. Bond, cum laude.
Congratulations.
Bethany J. Booz. Benjamin C. Buckingham. Rachel E. Clark. Douglas J. Dickey. Erica R. Fettig. Jared C. Fishback.
Good luck. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Maria L. Franker, cum laude.
Good luck.
Kelly Giroux, summa cum laude.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Tyler J. Holland.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Jonathan A. Godzinski, excuse me.
There we go. Good luck.
Jason James Gonzer. Austin J. Hawkinson.
There we go. Good luck.
Keon Grim Kim. Danielle N. Hodgman.
Big smile. Good luck.
Andrew A. Koistinen.
Turn right around, he's going to take a shot at us. There we go.
Congratulations.
Cameron Lehner.
Congratulations.
Lucas Richard Leidholt. Michelle E. Lesner, magna cum laude.
Congratulations.
Curtis J. Miller. Amber Ray Mundweiler.
Congratulations.
Mackenzie A. Musel.
Thank you.
Tanner Myers.
Congratulations.
Young Ung No, cum laude. Kayla J. Ronnie, magna cum laude.
There we go.
Congratulations.
Allison Samuels. Julie A. Saucerman. Jill L. Schaefer, magna cum laude.
Good luck.
Joseph E. Siebert. Amanda L. Steckelberg. Brian Michael Swenson.
Good luck.
Derek M. Swisher.
Good luck.
Katie M. Tell, magna cum laude.
There we go.
Jesse W. Warren. Kayla B. Dowling. Eric C. Stahl. From the School of Education, Samantha J. Bullard, summa cum laude. Danielle B. Larson, magna cum laude. Troy R. Adams. Amy L. Barr. Tiffany J. Baker. Donald James Bowden. Gretchen L. Brown. Nathaniel C. Brown. Lindsay L. Bruce. Jeb C. Clay. Jennifer M. Arisman.
Congratulations.
Ashley N. Gabler, cum laude. Rachel L. Goslinga.
Thank you.
Kirby Sean Gregg. Mark S. Hanley.
All right, okay.
Jessica A. Horn.
Good luck.
Matthew Gordon Johnson.
Straight ahead and take a photo of us. There we go.
Brent M. Lawrence.
Good luck.
Gerardo Magana.
Straight ahead, there you go. Thank you.
Heather M. Meyer.
Look straight ahead. Here we go.
Matthew C. Milners.
Congratulations, man.
Megan Elizabeth Miller.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Taylor Antoine Morshing. Brooke A. Norris.
Good luck.
Brandon J. Pacarni, magna cum laude. Matthew W. Rakowski.
Good luck. Thank you. Congratulations.
Emily Tarnowski. Megan C. Thalhuber, cum laude. Nathan A. Thomas. Alyssa L. Teen, magna cum laude. Anna M. Worley. Ella Jean Campbell, magna cum laude. Sarah Marie Enstad, magna cum laude. Chad R. Gibson, cum laude. Carly L. Gilbertson, cum laude. Jamie Joe Golden, magna cum laude.
Good luck.
Hillary A. Gorder, magna cum laude. Lindsay A. Hartung, cum laude.
Good luck.
Brittany A. Krantz, summa cum laude.
Congratulations.
Kara M. Cradaville. Laura J. Opsal. Danielle Remillard. Kelsey R. Roselle, cum laude. Robert Smith. Stephanie Snow. Robert Stahl, summa cum laude. Carissa Stein, magna cum laude. Maggie M. Stern. Britlin V. Sterlickson. Bailey Marie Swenson, summa cum laude. Lindsay M. Varnell. Allison Jane Waldner, cum laude. Jamie Whitney, magna cum laude. Lori L. Zemlicka. Catherine Zimmerman. From the School of Fine Arts, Aaron R. Crawford, cum laude. Brady L. Haar. James R. Haddon. Julia Elise Owens, magna cum laude. Megan E. Schaefer. Melissa F. Sledo, cum laude. Benjamin P. Villia. Megan R. Case, summa cum laude. Leah Elizabeth Bell Koyman. Joel Schlotman. Jordan D. Seidel, cum laude. Amy L. Whitgreff, summa cum laude.
Congratulations. Would all graduates please rise? Graduates, at this time, to signify the successful completion of your degree, please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. I extend my sincere congratulations to the members of the graduating class for the significant achievement we have acknowledged here this morning. Please accept my best wishes for a happy, productive, and personally rewarding life in the years ahead. Please be seated. It has been a tradition here at Northern State University for student representative to make a brief remarks at the commencement ceremony. Today, Tony Karras, outgoing Vice President of Student Association, continues this tradition. Following Mr. Karras' remarks, Ms. Heidi Apple, the NSU Alumni Association, will extend a welcome to graduates. Mr. Karras.
Thank you, Dr. Hawley. Congratulations, class of 2013. After a long journey of education, you are finally here. Today is the day that you walked across the stage and received a degree that proves the work ethic that is inside each and every one of you. You are now equipped with the tools that will allow you to step into the real world and make a difference in the lives and communities that will surround you. I know the path to get here was not easy. Sometime this day, take an opportunity to look back at your journey, especially the times that have helped define you. The hard work and dedication to achieve this degree has been noticed by your family, friends, colleagues, and the faculty at this institution. There's a quote from C.S. Lewis that I have found fitting for the journey you endured. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Although you have now reached your goal of receiving a college degree, the whole world now waits upon you. No matter how old you get, or no matter your situation, you can always set your sights on new dreams and opportunities. One thing I have learned over the years that I've been at Northern is that you must appreciate those who helped you along the way. Those people may be friends, family, professors, religious figures, or even counselors. Remember to give them thanks and appreciate everything that they have offered you. I am proud to say that I went to the same institution as the class of 2013. I cannot wait to see what each and every one of you accomplish after you leave today. Graduating college is a huge milestone in your life, but make sure that it is not the last. Congratulations once again, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Heidi Apple, President of the NSU Alumni Association. On behalf of the Alumni Association, congratulations on your achievement today. Today, you join an elite group comprised of more than 28,000 other alumni of Northern State University. Our alumni office travels throughout the U.S. and foreign countries hosting alumni gatherings. Wherever you may go, we will be in the area celebrating the bond we have as NSU alums. Whether it's a visit to Asia, a golf outing in Phoenix, a social hour in Washington, D.C., or the Gypsy Day Parade right here in Aberdeen, keep in contact with us so that we may make you aware of any upcoming events. We don't want you to miss out on these events. The alumni of NSU are also called upon each year to continue supporting their university through the donations to NSU's foundation. Alumni and friends of NSU donated over $2.3 million this past year, providing scholarships to students right here at Northern. Whether it was academic or athletic scholarship or some financial assistance, over 1/3 of the student body has received a scholarship in the past year. Maybe you were one of these lucky recipients. As a note, the NSU Foundation has culminated its $27.2 million campaign. So please welcome this call and support your university with a gift when you can. And remember, it's only through the support of the alumni and friends of Northern that Northern can continue and grow and prosper. You were once a student, but you will always be an alum. Today, you received your alumni pin. Wear it with pride, knowing you are one of the prestigious graduates of the best university in South Dakota. May God bless you in the path you choose to follow. Thank you.
Please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the alma mater. It's been requested that the audience remain in place until the recessional is complete. Thank you.